Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100, your weekly astro video zine where we take the planets, the houses, and the signs of the zodiac and make sense of it. So I'm going to do my chanting, mantras, prayers, invocations for a blessed week for you guys, starting with today, which is September 6, 2024. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Miras Triparan Takare. Banu Shashi Bamisato. Buddha Guru Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Hrim Shukraya Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Well, once again, greetings and welcome to your weekly Astro Video Zine. And I am Cosmic Kev. This is Cosmic Kev 100. And I encourage you to like this video. I also encourage you to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting closer. Share it with a friend. Hopefully this means something to you. And it is based mainly on your rising sign, if you know that, these horoscopes in Western tradition. But I do know about Vedic sidereal astrology as well, which is what I usually do when I give you a personal reading. I'm going to, so in that sense, things change a little bit. But I'm still working with the Western mode right now for you, which is more commonly known in the West. But if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, you'll get a little more out of it. If you just know your sun sign, it still works. It's just, I'm not, in my experience in astrology, I'm not quite as heliocentric as a lot of traditional Western astrologers would be. But, let's just talk about what's going on right now. So we've got the moon is in the constellation, just moved into the constellation of Libra. And the part of Libra is a lunar mansion known as Shitra. Now, Shitra is ruled by someone known as Vashtar or Vishvakarma, and he's allegedly the celestial architect. And this is one of the Mars-ruled nakshatras, like Mrigashira and also like Dhanista. And they all seem to have some kind of searching element to them, and an element of dealing with conflict, because they're all Mars-ruled nakshatras, and also what is the logical conclusion. Now, I guess Shitra is probably my favorite of the Mars-ruled nakshatras because it's about art and beauty. It's like half Virgo, half Libra. And it's about learning how to shine like a pearl throughout life's hardships. So even though you're agitated by things, you take courage. You're willing to stand alone. I know that Mahatma Gandhi had some really heavy Shitra influence in his chart. And it's about loving bright colors and loving all the things that make beauty in the world. And Shitra people with moon in Shitra in particular, but also rising sign, even sun sign, are often inclined towards the arts, make beautiful things, even beautiful music. I'm thinking about Tom Petty. He was born October 20th. That was a Shitra sun, Libra. Libra in Western, Libra in Vedic. And even through just simplicity, I mean, most of his stuff are like 4-chord songs. He brought a lot of beauty in that simplicity and brought this kind of human element of feeling and being able to relate. So anyhow, in Western astrology, tonight the moon will go into Scorpio a little bit after 10. So that happens at 10:18 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And, this might be the last day over 100 degrees here in the northern Sacramento Valley, Northeast California. So, but it's dry. There's a lot of shadow. It's not so bad right now. So I'm going to go side by side now, starting with you, Aries. And, Mars is now in Cancer. Mercury is going to move into Virgo this week. So there's some real interesting things afoot here. So anyhow, greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So now Mars is in your 4th house. So you're really feeling like I need to protect my home. I need to protect my family. And we're in a pretty unstable situation, most of us that live in alleged first world countries, because there's been a lot of new guests to host, and we haven't necessarily done the best job with taking care of the people that have already been here and lived here. So it really creates a sort of feeling of insecurity. Now, the 4th house is about our own home. It's about our own family, our parents, our nation, our fixed assets. And with everything going electronic and being able to be controlled, and with censorship growing and everything, there's a lot of reason to be concerned. It seems like we're moving into a more authoritarian type of dimension, and Aries is pretty freedom loving and is really here to protect the weak and to drive out evil and to bring better things. But Mars in Cancer is debilitated, and the whole dimension of politics is so ugly right now. I just can't even gasp it. The 2 legacy parties are just like, oh my God, really? But it is what it is. And there's been hope, though, in a lot of ways, because some people are willing to work with both parties and are trying their hardest to bring peace in the world. And I think that is, that's really what we're here for, is to bring peace in the world. And, on a side note, for everything we've spent in the Ukraine, we could have housed every single unhoused person in this country. I think that's very significant. Your focus, Aries, is really going to be in your health. Mercury now in Virgo in the 6th house. How do you serve? Who do you serve? It's like that Bob Dylan song, you got to serve somebody. And now that Pluto's back in your midheaven, it's like you kind of have to transform the workspace. I think everything, when it's brought to simplicity, works so much better. I think of all the emails and clutter from advertisements and paper and all these things. It's like, wow, it's so difficult, and it's such an infringement on our lives, and just moving towards simplicity is really going to be valuable for you at this time. Cleanup time, Virgo time. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Venus is in Libra in Western astrology. So, that is part of your 6th house. So, it means serving others, helping others. Once again, taking care of your health. And, people have different ways of doing it. Generally speaking, cutting out sugar and flour products and seed oils, and eating more fresh fruits and vegetables, and drinking lots of good pure water, especially like spring water or good filtered water, and that's not out of plastic. It's generally going to bring your health up. Your health is going to get better and better from that. It's also a direct reflection of how we're treating the earth. Efficiency doesn't always equate into morality. And so we have to look at what we're doing in a way that we're here to beautify the earth and our workspace and those around us. And we want to be able to fulfill that. Now, when Mercury, Sunday night, Mercury goes into Virgo, that's in your 5th house. So it'll help you with creative writing, songwriting, dealing with your children and kids and their friends, all of that. Okay. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, like on the plus note, you got Jupiter in the 1st house. So the deal is you're a Mercury ruled sign. Mercury's kind of opposite of Jupiter. Mercury's like the perpetual student, So it makes it a little harder to teach, and Jupiter's the ultimate teacher. We need to tap into what we know and what we see, and we do this in the light. We can't really do this in the darkness. In fact, Mercury is very difficult to see unless it gets super far away from the sun, because the sun is always next to the sun, within like 30 degrees of the sun, and so and it's moving closer to the sun again. Now, the nice part about Mercury in Virgo is that it's an exalted position, and we're able to do better thinking, and we can make better planning. And I think if we do this all on a small space, Virgo really encourages us to do things small. Now, Virgo's your fourth house. Fourth house is parents, family, fixed assets, and that's where all the action is this week. Mars in the second house, you just kind of don't want to go off too much on your emotions. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can emotionally trigger us, but I think there's a lot of things that could make us not look at the big picture, and we'll throw the baby out with the bathwater right now. And that's rough, And I think we, in smaller units of community, if we organize ourselves, protect ourselves, claim our sovereignty on an individual level, family level, friends, community, and then spread it out from there, we'll probably do better. Well, greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, if anybody's going to benefit from Mars in Cancer, it's going to be you. Now, how can I put this? It's like there's this whole thing with Shiva loves the moon as an ornament. And Shiva has a lot of Mars energy. Skanda, named for Mars, is supposedly the son of Shiva. And Mars sometimes deals with celibacy. So if it's been a long time since you've been with a partner, or you're in that type of place, this is going to be weird, because Mars is going to be moving in and out of Cancer. It's going to be moving out of sidereal. It's going to be going from sidereal Gemini to sidereal Cancer since August 26th all the way to June 6th. So these are not the best signs for where Mars is at in the whole cosmos as we look at it in the sky. So, there's a lot of danger of war and conflict and things like that. And, I think we do best, when we don't stick our nose into other people's business, especially when we haven't cleaned up our own act at home. Don't go looking for the speck in your brother's eyes when there's a beam in your own. And this goes for me. I see myself at times as a hypocrite, and to try and purify myself or align myself with better lifestyle, better conduct, better investing of my time and my resources. It all could be done to bring more life into the world, into myself and my family and this whole universe. And that's where I want to go with this. I would just say, stay strong, stay loving. The gift of Cancer is to be a nurturer. Is to be that divine parent, to be that loving, lovely person. And that's what you're meant to be. Okay, so greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, you got a lot to talk about. You got Mercury and Sun in the second house. That's your voice. That's your placement. And the cool thing about Virgo is that there's this whole microcosm of research that goes on. And Virgo is also about values, and it's an earth sign. And so you might be focused on investing, and because second house also rules your mouth, about what you put in your mouth, what you eat. Second house is also kind of what happened to you between like 7 and 14 years old, how you kind of got your self-image, and that's your values. And it's also family and friends of the family kind of come in this picture in the second house thing. So those are things that you'll be dealing with. Uranus in the midheaven right now. It is a kind of stirs things up. You got good friends though. Jupiter in the 11th house. You got good people around you. Mars in the 12th, secret enemy. I mean, I'd say really walk gently, Leo. You know, this is not like, oh, I can just throw caution to the wind. There are some really gnarly people out there. And, you know, and you can be in the strongest country in the world with like supposedly the best secret service. You're not gonna be protected. You know, that's something to think about. And how do we get ourselves in a more secure place? Well, first we align ourselves with Source, that creator that gave us this life and everything we have. And to have faith and alignment in that above all. So that we don't fall into idolatry of like, oh, I got to get the next iPhone, or the, you know, it's all these crazy things that happen. I want them to be able to survey me better. I don't know. It's funny. Who is they? I don't know. I guess they're these like wealthy oligarchs with a big plan. I never got called up to see for them to consult me astrologically. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. This is your time to shine. I love you. I appreciate you. I want you to thrive and have all your needs met. That's basically it. And I want to give out birthday shouts to all my Virgo friends that are having birthdays this week. May you do well. May all good surround you. May all love surround you. I know Buddy Holly, his birthday would have been on September 7th, famous Virgo. And I want to give a birthday shout out to James Miller, turning 65 on the 11th. My friend Jude, I don't know, I think she might be turning 71. And on the 11th, I believe. And any of you out there, you know, Virgo people having birthdays, much love to you. You've got Mercury functioning better in your first house with your sun sign, so you're able to really process what's on your heart and what's on your mind at the same time. Mars in Cancer, I mean, you're going to do better with that than most because it's an activator, the third house, or rather, well, it's in the 11th house. So, I mean, it's a good time to, you know, be in a flag football. God, I can't believe I said that. A flag football league. You know, I mean, Mars and Cancer, I definitely see there is some kind of indication because it's a debilitated Mars, you know, that could make you a switch hitter. And you know what? I appreciate the different perspective. I really do. And following that, you know, keeping it going, keeping it moving here. Let's go over to Libra. We're halfway there. So greetings, Libra. I mean, the weekend sounds nice with the moon, you know, Friday with the moon in your first house. You're feeling love. Moon's getting away from the south node, you know, which is good. And, you know, you're able to work freely on what you think is important and where things should go. Now, Virgo time is not like, hey, Libra, welcome to Virgo. It's more like, let's pay our bills. Let's kind of lay low, cut our losses. Let's not, you know, let's keep everything on the up and up. Let's take some alone time. Even though we don't like being alone as Libras, we want to have some time for quietude. Whether that's in nature, and even if you're an agnostic or atheist and you don't believe in God, just having that quiet time and listening to that inner voice is going to help you. If you do believe in the divine and in Jesus and redemption, all those things, all that good stuff can be added to you with your faith. But we're always in danger too, because it's really easy to be deceived. And, you know, we're humans, you know, we have fleshly, earthly desires. It's going to pull us in a multitude of directions. And then there's also secrets and deception in the 12th house. Yikes. We don't want that. Here's the good part is Mars is in your 10th house, which is a really good place for it though. And that you could be getting a promotion at work, you could be taking on more responsibility. You tend to look good to begin with, people like you care about other people. And I think that's the one good part about the debilitated Mars in Cancer is it shows a caring aspect, and I love that. Okay, greetings Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, by Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Moon's going to be in Scorpio, so this is kind of like your weekend, and you do really well with Virgo. Virgo brings a lot of good fortune to Scorpio. Virgo brings a certain kind of wealth. It brings a good social life. It brings different friend circles, and I know there's people today that are having birthdays. A lot of my friends, Mike Hofstadter's having a birthday today. I believe he's turning the big 40. So if that is true, happy birthday, Mikey. And some other friends, Beth Lauer, Fama is hitting the big 69. It's a great position to be in. And happy birthday to you. And just all my Virgo peeps, like I said, happy birthday. But this is Scorpio time. So Scorpio, your friends mean a lot right now, and social standing, and in like this really heated political time where a lot of people have, especially, on the left, have kind of moved over towards the right because of, the fear of war, the fear of surveillance, and, and it's real. It's not like an imaginary fear, and probably unchecked borders and policies in first world countries. It just seemed like it might cause more harm than good. And I have to respect people's vulnerability and their sense of vulnerability because it does not look good, okay? I'm just going to say, as an outsider, I can't really get involved in any of that stuff because I really don't know. But deep down, what I do know is that, there is an agenda, folks. And it's to keep us divided. It's to keep us hating each other so that we're not able to work on our own peace of mind, and that they get us to buy crap we don't need and fight with each other over nonsense. And we just need more love. And Scorpio, I think you understand this in some way. Now, Moon and Venus, since most of you are Vedic sidereal Libras, I would just say, seeing this whole Venus in the 12th house, it's not like, is she really a good friend? Or is she got another agenda? Or are you having a secret love affair? I mean, all of those things are possibilities. And those things feel like nice distractions, but nice distractions can sometimes lead to destruction. Yikes. Keeping peace of mind while you have Uranus in the 7th house. A lot of things there to float with. Your health, what's real and what's not real. The good part is your kids. Saturn and Neptune, having discipline and having a spiritual practice and sharing that with your children and sharing that with your family is going to bring some heart-opening wealth. And if you're an artist too, Scorpio, practice your art. There's going to be some adventure. There's going to be a lot of travel and adventure for you in this upcoming 9 months. And so that's kind of cool. And you're going to learn a lot more about metaphysics and, just the science of mind and soul of like, God lives in the praises of his people. So just focus on the good as much as you can, and there are amazing good people that want to do good things right now. And I am so grateful for them. And you're one of them. Okay. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. One thing I like about this particular configuration is that we've got grahas in almost all the houses. So there is in a way this kind of sweetness, and it may seem like it's in the shadow amidst all this dumb conflict, but Virgo is where you work. That's your workplace. That's your gift you give other people. I had a friend, I want to give a shout out to Traxler. I don't know if he watches this anymore, but I think he likes Zelensky a little more than I did or something. But anyhow, Um, I think that you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of leadership right now, you have good ideas to activate, and we want to see those in place. Keeping yourself patient and not getting emotionally caught up. I'm not a counselor. I don't like to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I believe people can change. I believe that people can evolve out of their prejudices to embrace everyone, because I've seen people do that. Willie Nelson was one of those people that did that in his career. And you got to watch your health right now. There's no question about it. And you got to make good friends. You kind of have to have like a sat song, someone who really loves you and has got your back. Those are the kind of people you want around you right now. And there's people that might correct you or disagree with you, but they still have your back. Those are the kind of friends you really want and need right now. Finding security in your home, but you've got this kind of innovative, you're able to do some really funky art right now. It's sort of fun. And your love life, looks good. I kind of lay low this weekend. I think like you'll be doing a lot better Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday. Move forward then. Greetings, Capricorn. Welcome your horoscope. Hey, welcome to Pluto being back with you for some odd number of weeks and time period right now, months. The thing about Capricorn is be real. It's key phrases I use, but it's about reality and reality checks. And it's also about values and how we use those values and where we take those values. And there's been so much transformation, and there's been so much sort of slicing and dicing of resources. It's really left lots of people feeling vulnerable. And the real answer is sharing. The real answer is loving each other, even in an uncomfortable situation. People need comfort. Now, you're operating out of love right now in this with the moon and Venus and Libra. It looks like a really social, fun weekend for you. Saturn's in the third house, making peace with neighbors and helping improve your environment, beautifying things, improving your relationship with your siblings. All of that's part of the picture. All right, greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, you don't have the burden of Pluto anymore, but Pluto is, in your 12th house now. And so, in a lot of ways, this is a period where you can really release a lot. There's a lot of transformation going on. Virgo rules your 8th house. So it's a lot of letting go, and it's also letting other people have their power. Okay, that's your thing. It's your turn to be team captain right now. So be it. I'm hoping that you make really good decisions. I think it's really important not to gush too much. I've seen a lot of gushing lately. And some of it seems to be gushing over idiocy and uncertainty. And hey, whatever works. I think it's good to be positive and have faith. I like that part of it. And if that gushing is fulfillment of something that's ultimately going to be good for everybody, it's like how could I argue with that? That sounds great. So we'll talk Saturn. You're a little bit maybe tighter on resources, and it's easy to maybe do an impulse buy. On our phones and laptops, people are constantly fishing to take away our money from us, to take away our hard-earned resources with promises that they may not necessarily keep or be true. But it's just important to be aware of that right now. On your foundation, Uranus and Taurus is really like this kind of shaky place. It's like, and it's kind of like an earthquake. And we have to be ready, we have to have our go-to bags and things like that in case of emergency. Being physically healthy, being physically fit. Mars in the 6th house is all about that. So doing, your yoga, your Tai Chi, your exercises, your weight training, whatever it is, don't stop. That's good stuff. And you're taking on some responsibility maybe this weekend. And, but I think, you know, overall it's going to be a good week for you. Well, well, well. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. You know, it's been interesting, like this last year or so. It's like seeing this more mature version of Pisces emerging. You know, Pisces generally doesn't want to be mature, but it is mature. It's like the oldest sign in the zodiac. It's more like a little bit of, wow, my mind is so full up with information that I feel like I could use a new hard drive being boot into it. And I think that's a lot of what happens as we age and get older. We never expect it to happen to us because we come into the world where everybody the instant we're born, everyone we see at first is older than us. You know, I mean, think of that. And if you know, live past 90, pretty much everybody you're going to see is going to be younger than you. And, you know, and there's a point where that starts happening. And I grew up in the 60s and 70s, early 80s, when there was a really strong youth culture. And I mean, there still is a youth culture, but I think that those were like kind of the last generations where youth were really invested in. And so if you're a young person, you're a Pisces, you're an aspiring artist, you're concerned about the world and the planet, and hey, I love you. I thank you for tuning in. Keep doing the right thing because we really need you right now. And Virgo's your partnership sign. So partner up with really good, conscious people that are open and are willing to learn. And, you know, I think one of the most wise things we can say, and I'll say this myself, is, hey, I don't know. You know, I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. And, you know, my prayer is, you know, Heavenly Father, thank you for this time period, for everyone here. Everyone, we all got here together, and there's so much conflict, and there's just so much unfortunate maliciousness, hate, and greed, and yet there's so much love, there's so much life, and there's so much intention to be in complete alignment with your grace, with your love, with purpose of being. May that love and purpose of being go out to everyone who watched this today. May they get their needs met, wealth-wise, health-wise, relationship-wise, transportation and shelter-wise, all the good things. And may they be rejoicing in what they already have that is good and share some of that with others. Amen. Aho. Tat Sat. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And thanks for your comments. Thank you, new friends and new subscribers. You're amazing. Keep up the good work. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.